Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope your day is off to a fantastic start. Super excited to finally get around to sharing my thoughts on today's products because this is actually a trio of makeup products that have made a massive, I'm talking major difference in helping to extend the wear of basically all of my makeup way longer into the day than I have ever experienced with any other products that are kind of in the same arena as these three before in the past. I just think that this little trifecta here is going to be my go-to going forward because honestly, it has turned me into someone whose makeup normally kind of just, if I'm not using any type of primer or anything like that, my makeup will just basically start to melt off of my face by like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Despite being in my mid-40s at this point, I still have what I would consider probably excessive oil production. This has been an issue for me my entire life, and I am constantly trying to do as much as I can with skincare, as well as making sure that I'm using the right makeup products to kind of take care of that oiliness without exacerbating it by, you know, trying to dry my skin out. Because if you still are the type that is trying to do everything possible to dry up your oil production, you might actually be doing more harm than good. I found for me, the harder that I hit my skin with products that claim to dry up oil, the more my skin wanted to overproduce oil. Skin it's pretty smart, and if your skin is under the impression that you are drying up the surface of it constantly, it's going to think that it needs to produce more oil to lubricate your skin, because that is the point of oil production. It is meant to help lubricate the skin, help prevent against, you know, the elements out in nature. So that's kind of the point of our oil glands, but they can definitely be overactive, and that's really frustrating. So anyway, today I'm gonna talk about these 3 products from Milk Makeup. I'm gonna also give you towards the end of this video a little demo of how I apply all 3 of them, just so that you can actually see them in action going onto my face. But so what we're talking about today is the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Primer, their Pore Eclipse setting powder, sorry, here's the spray. This is the powder. I have this in the translucent shade, but it is available in a few different color options. So if you have a deeper, darker skin tone, there is a shade available for you in this range. And then again, the setting spray is the last step in the routine here. I purchased all of these products from Sephora. Actually, this one here was sent to me in PR via the Skeepers website, so I didn't pay for this one, but these 2 I purchased myself from Sephora. All 3 products are available there, so you can shop in store. I will also list and link them in the description box down below. If you want to go read up other people's reviews about these products, look at the entire ingredient deck, things like that, definitely check them out down below. But basically, I'm just going to kind of read you really quickly the claims of the 3 different products, and I'll tell you my experience, and then we'll get into the demo here. So the primer here does come in 2 different sizes, and this is also available in a mini size alongside the setting spray. So I will link that little duo down below because I think that's a pretty decent deal for that particular set. But you can purchase this in 2 different sizes. So if you want to start out with the smaller size, you can do that. They say that this is a lightweight water cream makeup primer with skincare benefits that blurs the look of pores and fights shine for long-lasting, soft matte finish on the skin. So the finish of this is meant to be matte. So if you don't want a matte look to your skin, I'm not sure that the Pore Eclipse line would be for you. You probably wouldn't seek out this line to begin with. They say that this lineup of products is definitely geared towards either normal, combination, or oily skin. So you might want to look at the hydrating line from Milk Makeup if you have a drier skin type, because they do have products that are geared towards dry skin as well. So anyway, this is a very, very easy primer to apply. In the demo, you'll see me actually putting it on my skin. Really nice, lightweight texture. You don't need a lot. I use about a pea-sized amount, and then I just kind of spread it between my fingers and I press it into my skin. I really do think that that very first step is kind of what gives me the smoothest look to my pores overall. This is definitely the part of the step that helps with the overall look of the pore reduction. So if all you want really is some pore reduction, this might be the only thing that you need. If you don't get overly oily throughout the day, you may not need the powder or the setting spray necessarily. So that's why I think this primer might be kind of the most universal place to start if you're gonna try anything from the Pore Eclipse line. Let me just turn that off really quickly. So anyway, this one here is absolutely fantastic. It has never clogged my pores. It extends the wear of my makeup beautifully. It dries down really quickly, so if you're kind of in a rush to do your makeup, I don't feel like you have to wait for, you know, 15-20 minutes for this to absorb into your skin. It's quite quick, and it works really well. And there are some, if you take a look at the ingredient deck, I'll put some of the key ingredients in the description box down below, but again, I will be linking this product so you can read up the full ingredient deck with that link, but I'll put the key ingredients in the description box down below as well. But I do like that there is some additional skincare benefits to this product, and again, it goes on after my SPF goes on. The next step would be their translucent setting powder. I love this powder, you guys. It is so, I have the dog here with me, so if you hear any groaning or snoring in the background, it's the dog. So this is available in 4 different shades. Like I mentioned, whether you are super pasty and pale like me, or whether you have a beautiful deep dark complexion, you're gonna be able to find a color in this range that's gonna suit you. For me, I went with the translucent. That was perfect. So they say that this is a weightless, talc-free. I know that's important to a lot of you. You don't like the use of talc. Translucent loose setting powder that controls shine, blurs pores, and sets makeup for up to 16 hours for a smooth matte finish. This has light coverage to it. This is not going to give you the coverage, even though it has like a tint to it, it's not meant to give you the coverage of a powder foundation. So if you're looking for a little bit more coverage, I choose to go in with my Laura Geller Balance and Brighten, but you can go in with whatever other powder foundation that you wish. Or obviously use this maybe after you apply your liquid foundation of choice. I do not wear liquid foundation myself. I just don't like the way that it looks on my skin, and I feel like it just feels really heavy. So again, you've got some really great ingredients in here. You have lentil extract, which is supposed to help absorb some of that excess oil and shine. You have pore blurring microspheres, which give a soft kind of filtered look to the skin, and I really do think it gives a really nice finish to the skin. You also have bakuchiol and niacinamide in here, which again are some of the ingredients that you're also getting in the primer. So anytime again that you are adding additional skincare into products like this, I'm kind of personally a big fan of that, but I wouldn't say that this should take the place of your normal skincare routine in the morning, if that makes sense. I would still go in with your regular skincare routine. So this is available just in one size, and the powder retails for $32. It is 0.55 ounces or 7.65 grams of product. So a decent amount. I mean, this container certainly has lasted me quite some time so far. And then the last product in the lineup is obviously the setting spray. The setting spray is actually where I started. I got this first and really fell in love with it. Just on its own, I think it is fantastic. And if you don't like messing with primers or powders, I think if you give this a shot, this should also just kind of overall help to extend the wear of your makeup and help some of that oil from breaking through. But here again, I'm gonna say, I really think for me, it's the trifecta. It's the primer, it's the powder, it's the setting spray that makes all the difference in the world in terms of giving me the longest lasting basically oil control when it comes to my makeup. They have this available in 2 different sizes. There is the 2.87 fluid ounce, which is what I think I have here. Yeah, this is the larger size. There's also a mini size available that's just 1.3 ounces. And then again, there's a mini size in that little kit that I will link down below. So they said that this is a transfer-proof, alcohol-free, which is super important, matte setting spray that locks on makeup for up to 16 hours. It helps to blur pores and controls shine for a soft focused finish. Again, in here you have that lentil extract, the niacinamide, and the pore blurring microspheres, as well as the bakuchiol, which helps to smooth the skin's surface. So you guys, this little trifecta here, I'm telling you, the way that I'm gonna show you in this, in these couple clips here, this is how I've been applying this product most days. On days where I really want everything to last all day, I don't want to look in the mirror, I don't wanna have to blot once, this is what I use, 0 blotting. And I'm talking from the time that I put it on at 6, 7 in the morning until I take it off at like 9, 10 o'clock at night. That makeup looks amazing, and it's because of the base. So this is the base. This is what's working for me. If you also really struggle with oily skin, you might want to check this lineup out. Again, I don't think you necessarily have to get all 3 if you can't afford to, you know, just kind of slowly collect them. But I would say start out with the primer, and then you'll probably pretty quickly fall in love with it, and you'll find yourself buying the other 2 products as well. So anyway, big fan of this line for sure. It has worked wonderfully for me for my 45-year-old oily skin. I would love to know if you've tried any of the Pore Eclipse products from Milk Makeup and what your thoughts are. Leave that down below in the comments section. And again, check out the description box for the links to everything. And I appreciate you guys being here. If you found this video helpful, definitely give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo. All right, so our first step here is going to be applying the Milk Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. My SPF has been sitting on my face for about 20 minutes now, so I feel like it's fully absorbed. I am wearing my usual staple, which is the Paula's Choice Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense SPF 30, but this is just what my face looks like prior to applying the primer. What I think this primer does really well is kind of helping to disguise the overall look of my pores really well. But I do also think that this is definitely the key step in this whole little trifecta here that makes the biggest difference for me. If you could only get one of these Milk Pore Eclipse products, I would say should probably be the primer. So this is the amount that I use, so just like a pea-sized amount. What I prefer to do is just kind of spread it between these 3 fingers, and then I like to just dab a little bit onto the different areas of my face that I want to prime. And for me, because I tend to be oily kind of all over my face, I really do press this in all over. I don't just do it in like the T-zone or anything like that. And I do press the primer into my skin. I find that that gives me the best just overall results with it. I also feel like I don't want to swipe away my SPF, which I don't think I'm going to, but anyway, this just works really well. So can see it just kind of like smooths everything out, and it immediately kind of melts into my skin. It already feels like it's pretty much fully absorbed. Yeah, once it feels like it has kind of, I guess, dried on the skin, then immediately I go in with the powder. Now I have a slightly dampened beauty blender here. This is the way that I prefer to do this because I use powder foundation. I'm not going to show you guys me putting on my powder foundation, but I will just really quickly show you how I apply the powder prior to my foundation to, again, give me the best possible delay in my oil breaking through and basically ruining my makeup for the day. So I just have some in the lid here, and what I'm gonna do is just take my sponge, dip it in there, pick some up on the sponge like this, and then kind of redistribute the product a little bit more evenly onto the sponge just by tapping it onto the lid. So it gives me a nice even layer. And then I literally just press that into my skin. It's kind of heavy at first, but it does shear out. So I kind of apply it first and then from there spread it out. Again, for me, because I'm oily everywhere, all over my face. And none of the powder is sticking to the sponge because it is very, very slightly dampened. It's not like, I didn't hose this sponge down with, I'm actually just trying to use up the last little bit of my MAC Fix Plus spray. So anyway, just got a little bit that was left on the lid, and I'm gonna use that in the chin area. Again, just pressing it into the skin. This really here is key to almost completely blurring my pores. You can still tell that I have pores, but they are significantly more blurred by doing this step first prior to going in with my Laura Geller Balance and Brighten. So I'm gonna take a little bit more, and again, make sure I distribute that product pretty evenly onto the sponge just by doing this. And then that's what's gonna go on my forehead. And again, my temples, because I'm oily on my temples as well. Okay, so at this point, I am going to go in and do the rest of my makeup up until the mascara step. And then I'll come back and show you guys me applying the spray, and then I like to finish my mascara after applying setting spray because I do find that sometimes it can cause my mascara to smear, and honestly I don't want to deal with that. So let me go ahead and finish up here, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. All right, so at this point I have pretty much all of my makeup done with the exception of my mascara. Because I typically tend to get some transfer if I get my mascara wet with a setting spray, it's just really kind of a pain in the butt to clean that up again. I've just found that using my setting sprays prior to putting on the mascara is kind of the best course of action for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys how I apply the spray. It's pretty self-explanatory, but just a nice light mist is all you need, and then basically your makeup is locked in for the entire day. So just kind of let that settle into the skin, and as you can see, good to go. Didn't disrupt my makeup at all. You really do just need a nice like fine mist of this all over your face and you're good to go. So anyway, these three products here are definitely my oily skin holy grail trifecta in terms of giving me the most bulletproof makeup like further into the day basically. So anyway, if you're in the market, I will go ahead and link these in the description box down below. If you're only gonna get one of the products, definitely I think the primer is the very best place to start. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna put on some mascara and get going with my day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.